Shalom, shalom, mishpaka. Let me get some good lighting up in here. This is the darkest house I've ever lived in. It's really weird. But anyways, I wanted to share something with you because this has been working very well with my husband, who has no immune system. He was born like that. He has common variable immune deficiency disorder. So for all of you older people like myself that remember Boy in the Plastic Bubble, that's what he has. So a dear sister of mine told me this amazing herbal trick that works really, really well. So first, she told me to get this, which is wild Mediterranean oregano oil. And this one has the carrier oil in it of first cold pressed olive oil. And so you can take it under your tongue, or you can mix it with water. Feeling a warm sensation is completely normal. Do not take straight oregano in your mouth. Do not put straight oregano on your body. You will feel that instantly. Instant regret. You can't even talk. See, when you take oregano, you can't even talk. You start saying regret instead of regret. Anyways, I wanted to share this little hack. So you boil a pot of water like this. Boil it, get it really hot. And then you put 4 to 6 drops inside of the water. And what you're going to do for no longer than 2 minutes, because you will burn your lungs. And because since this has a carrier oil, it's not as bad of a burn when you inhale it. But if you use straight oregano oil, no more than 2 minutes. And you're going to put it inside the water, the steaming hot water, and you're just going to put your face over it, close your eyes because you'll burn your eyes, and you're going to inhale that for 2 minutes. And just take deep breaths, okay? And this will literally get rid of the pneumonia quicker than any antibiotic or anything that they will do to you at the hospital, which is basically kill you and offer you medicine that will kill you even faster. So it's a very good hack, especially right now with this super flu that's going around. It's very deadly. And we all know what's really going on. We're very well aware. But there are things that Father has given us, and we should utilize them. Be wise as serpents and gentle as doves, right? And during this time, and you know it's only going to get worse every single year. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. So, and they're trying to hit us on all fronts, through dead clothing, through sky spraying, through dead food with chemicals, and just completely ruining our soil, and the list goes on to make you extremely sad. So, I try not to ponder it too much, because it is heavy. And then you find yourself praying to Father, like, just come. Please send the Hamashiach, so we can just be done with this. But in His time, you know, during this time, we have simple little hacks like this. Wild Mediterranean oregano oil is the best that you can get. It's the strongest, it tastes the worst, it smells the worst, and it's so strong.
But it works.
And my husband just said it works. And it does, because you guys...
Survived pneumonia from it.
He survived pneumonia. And it like literally decreased it by more than half. If he was just taking... Because his immune system is so bad that he can't do just straight antibiotics, like a pill form. He has to be admitted into the hospital where they give him IV antibiotics, like the big guns, that cause all kinds of awful side effects. And he would still be in the hospital receiving that. He would just be getting home, and it would be an additional month or so of him getting better. Now with the oregano oil, as soon as I started it, I did it 3 times a day. He would inhale it 3 times a day. And I was also giving him oregano oil pills in pill form. He was getting 2 of those every 6 hours for the first 48 hours. And then after 48 hours, he was getting 2 pills 3 times a day for a week. And then now he's doing 1 pill as a preventative of the oregano oil. So it like literally cut it in half, like more than half. And it's amazing. There's no other way. As I'm thinking about it, there's just no other way. Like Father gave us what we need, and we need to utilize that. Another thing that you can, hold on, it's gonna get dark, and I'm sorry. Just gotta find it. So I don't have it in whole leaf form, but this right here, I grow it. It grows wild pretty much everywhere. This is mullein, or my lady candlestick, because it has like the big long stick of beautiful yellow flowers that you could also use in, you know, you let it soak with whole clove garlic in oregano. I'm sorry, not in oregano, in regular oil, whatever oil you prefer, avocado oil or olive oil, and you just let it sit in the dark for 2 weeks, and then you can use that for earaches and infection. It works. Like, takes the pain away, literally heals the earache. And these are hacks that we need to know and understand, because, you know, we should not be relying on the caduceus and the clepsius, and what am I saying? The medical system. We should not be relying on Freemasonry medical system, Jesuit formed, they just want to kill you medical system. And so we need to know the hacks and the tricks of life that's been before us. The indigenous knew about this. Like, this is what they used to do before Western medicine came along, you know? So with the leaves of the mullein, first of all, they're huge, and you want to pull them off and dry them. You can smoke it. Now, a lot of people are like, you shouldn't do that, but it's documented that that is the fastest way to get rid of pneumonia. In fact, during COVID, my husband both of his lungs were completely full of pneumonia, and he was probably going to die. A brother at the time, Brother Nahum, told me about this. I did a little research and was like, whoa, I have this in my backyard. Like, this is amazing. And so I actually got mine from someone else because it was the end of the year and there was none left in my yard. But anyways, my husband smoked it, and he just needed a little bit, and all of the stuff and the water and the phlegm and whatever, the infection, it flew out of him. He said he couldn't breathe. It was the most painful experience and scary experience he ever had. He thought he was choking to death, but as soon as it was done, he could take a big deep breath, and he was like, whoa. He's like, this is amazing. You can also put it in your tea. You can seep it for 15 to 20 minutes in tea. It works that way too, but when you're in a moment where it's an emergency and you gotta get it out, I suggest smoking it. And you don't need much, you know, but it'll get it out, and just be prepared, because it's going to be a very scary, very painful moment for you. But so mullein is a very good, also another thing that you could be doing. So I just wanted to bring those to you. There's so much that we can be doing to aid us during this time, like goldenrod. If you have it in your yard, pick it, let it dry out, and put it in a jar and use it for colds, urinary tract infections, and the common allergy. It is amazing. It also gets phlegm up, and it kills colds completely. So there's much that we should be learning, and we should be doing that right now. because the medical system is failing, and once that completely fails, there's not going to be anything, anywhere for us to go to get antibiotics or anything like that. So we need to understand what we need to do. We need to have a good arsenal, right? So I love you all. I'm praying, Palal and Tefillah for all of you, my set-apart brothers and sisters, and even those who are wondering or pondering, should I follow Yah and keep his ways? My pastor's saying this is another cult and I need to stay far away from those people who use the ancient name. I urge you to follow what your Ruach, what your heart is screaming out to you to do. And that is to follow the Most High and keep his ways. So many people are going to come to you because the enemy does not want you obeying. He's worried about those who obey. He ain't worried about those who break the commands because he already has them. He's worried about those who has completely dedicated their life into following the Most High through his Son and keeping those commands that will be placed upon your heart. They're already there. They just need to be awakened, so to speak, you know? So, and it's a beautiful journey and it's a hard journey, but it's amazing. I would do it all over. Knowing what I know now and all the hardships that I have endured since I said yes and taking my Mashiach's hand and going for it, I would still do it, you know, because I just know that the end will be so amazing and so worth it. It'll be worth everything that we have been through thus far. So keep going. Many of you are living in a split home where your spouse doesn't believe and your children mock you. I understand that. I understand that fully. And it's hard. It's very hard. I find myself in a corner crying often and asking why this is my portion. But then I'm reminded that I was the one that was awoken. I need to drop those seeds and I need to walk in him and show his way to my family and all of those around me, even when you're being heavily persecuted by those who love you. I mean, because after all, we were told 5 in a household, 3 against 2, 2 against 3. The very members of your household will be your enemy, your worst enemy. They will hand you over to the rulers and the authorities of this time. So he's building us up. And all of these things that we're going through, this is our wilderness. And it's molding and shaping us for what's to come and making us better people, better set apart ones for the Most High, because we can't stand before the Father right now. We're a mess. We're still in skin. And this skin was a judgment, you know? So it's decaying. But our Ruach belongs to the Most High. So that is our hope. I love you. Maybe I'll bring some more herbal secrets and things. It's not a secret, but you know what I mean. And share more, but I figured this is the most important one right now. Okay? Straight oregano oil looks like this, and they all come in different forms, but this is the one that I got. It was $20. And the woman was like really nervous. She's like, "What are you using this for?" And I'm like, "Whoa, calm down." And then of course you want to be taking these. This is Dr. Berg's D3K2, and this has 10,000 IU of the D3, which is what you need right now. And just another bit of information that may help you. You can take 3 of those pills for 10 days and only 10 days, and that'll act as a inflammatory, it'll help your inflammatory process. So it will literally decrease your inflammation in your body. But you can only do that, the 3 pills for, so let's see, it's 10, 20, yeah, 30,000 IU for 10 days of the D3 with the K2 will reduce inflammation by a lot. And that's the problem, y'all. We are inflamed and we intake too much sugar. And if you're still doing sugar, you need to stop doing sugar because sugar gives you the flu. And that's something I just learned, and I was just like, whoa. I made hot cocoa a few weeks back, and I piled the sugar in there. It was raw, it was vegan, but still, sugar is sugar. It's no good for your body. It feeds all the crap that's in there, feeds inflammation. So I got sick, because I don't generally do sugar anymore. I got so sick, I got the flu. I got it bad. And then when I found out that information, it was actually through a sister, Sister Tammy, I love you. I was like, whoa, that makes sense, you know? And then I did a little research, and lo and behold, it's true. So we need to be careful. Our bodies are the temple where Yahweh resides. And we need to be intentional about what goes in our body. You know, I can't tell you how many times I have been to the hospital because I have Crohn's. I've got it really, I don't want to put anything out in the atmosphere. So Father is Tob. He's good, and he's working with me, and he's showing me what I can do that doesn't include the medicine that they try to gaslight you into taking. Because the medicine they want me to take is called a biologic. It's in the name. It's called Humira. So the only thing I can think of when I see that is human chimeric. So when I investigated this, and of course the makers of Humira were like, we don't know what's in it, but no animals were harmed. And I'm like, that what? It's actually made from guinea pig ovaries. So, no, I'm sorry, hamster ovaries. So it's half animal, and it has human DNA as well in it. That's why they call it Humira, because of the chimeric and the human aspect that is in that biologic. Ew. Right? So I'm glad I didn't take it and I didn't fold, but I'm telling you, like, their gaslighting is heavy and it's real. They make you scared. So my heart goes out to the people who are not aware and don't know of any other way, you know, besides the medical way, right? My heart goes out to them because they're really, really, really good at scaring the bejesus out of you. They really are, to the point where you fold and you cave and you start taking their medicine, and now you have like 15 other things wrong with you, and you got to take medicines for all of that, and you're falling apart at that point, and then you die an early premature death because you put all these chemicals in your body, and then people are sitting around and mourning like, what happened? She was so young, or he was so young. And it's a disgusting, evil circle of gross, really. So be well, Mishpaka. Know that you're loved. Know that there are people out there that absolutely just adore you and love you, even if we don't know you. You are my family, and I love you. So enjoy the rest of your Shabbat. Some people do from night to night, star to star. I do dawn to dawn, so mine will be over tomorrow at dawn, where the crow caws. The crow caws. That doesn't even make sense. Where the rooster crows. Blah, I can't even talk. So yeah, I love you all. Shalom, shalom.